There are just so many brands, like makeup brands in the world right now, especially when it comes to indie and smaller brands. I feel like there's even more. So it's really not that hard to find things that you really love. But sometimes there comes a moment when you discover a new brand and it just hits. And it not only hits with the first product, but it hits with every single launch. You just find yourself falling more and more in love with their products, and it's like you just can't get enough. They make you so excited and feel so creative and so inspired. And today, that's what this video is about. This video is about my favorite brands, the brands that had me from hello. I tried them, I loved them, and I bought more, and I just kept loving them more and more. And I have 9 brands in front of me, and I'm excited to not only like share why I love them so much, but to also share some of my most favorite products from them with you. And it's gonna be a good time. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe, and don't forget to click the little bell so you can be reminded of all my future uploads. Like I said, I do have 9 brands here in front of me, but these are my top favorite brands, the ones that I love like through and through. Almost every product, if not every product from them has just been a hit for me, and I lose it with them, you know what I mean? So I actually have already filmed almost all of this video, but I was trying to like share all of the products I had from all of these brands, and I just like very much underestimated how large of a collection that is. My Unearthly Cosmetics collection is massive, like massive. I have like 2 caddies full of lipsticks, a ton of lip liners, like 30 palettes. Like I have so many products from them alone, and then you throw in some of my other favorite brands. Like it got big real fast, and I was like trying to film that video over days, and it was just messy, and I was like, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm going to pull out like my favorite products. But I talk about these brands a lot, so instead of pulling out ones that I might talk about all the time, I tried to pull out some of my other favorites as well. That way I can, you know, share my thoughts on some of those too. But we're going to dive in. I'm going to just swatch some stuff, share my thoughts on the brands as a whole and everything. We're going to get inspired, you know? So the smallest brand that I have, or at least like not the smallest brand, but the brands I have the fewest products from, is actually Singe Beauty, and that's because they haven't really launched that much yet. They're only 2 years old. They've had 2 palettes launch. They've had 4 blushes, some makeup bags, sponges, and last but not least, their brushes, which are literally the brushes I use every single day. They are top favorites for me, so we'll get into those as well, because I do want to share my thoughts on them and like which ones I gravitate towards the most and why. But before we get into that, let's talk about these blushes. So these are the Singe Beauty Evocative Silk Blushes, and I love them. It's like she just came in with Singe Beauty and was like, here I am. And the first thing she launched was the brushes, and I love them. But when she launched that expansion pack, I went nuts, because the expansion pack is a favorite. But there's some brushes in the regular set that I really love and use quite often as well. But then she did the blushes, and these blushes are incredible. They have like this very slight sheen. It's like just enough to give you that glass like beautiful skin, but it's not too much. It's not noticeable on the skin or anything like that. I love the shades that she came out with. So the first one I showed you, that's Timid Tomato, and then here we have Persistent Persimmon. That one's so pretty. I hope she comes out with more colors. And then we have Riveting Rhubarb. which is beautiful as well. It's like a more pinky tone, but my most used one is definitely this one, Risky Raisin, and she has been through a lot. They're just such an effortless formula, so easy to work with. They build, like, they're beautiful, they wear beautifully, they're just fantastic. Such a great formula. She just came straight out of the gate with A+ products and literally has had me from hello. Then when she said she was launching a palette, I lost it. I was so excited because if you don't know, Angelica Nikivis is the one who owns Singe Beauty, and she's been one of my favorite creators for such a long time because I learned like how to do eyeshadow from her, and I've just evolved from there, you know what I mean? But she is so good at knowing a good eyeshadow formula, knowing fun creative looks, fun color stories. So I knew like whatever she was going to do was going to be good. And we do have a lot of similar like tastes when it comes to eyeshadow. So I was so thrilled. And she just delivered with the Galactic Visitor. This palette is beautiful. Look at the artwork. Like I said, everything about it's been A+. The website, the artwork, the packaging, the shipping, the formula is so freaking good, so beautiful. And I've had so much fun with her launches. These shimmers are so pretty. And if you know me, you know that's how you win my heart, is a shimmer. Like, do you see how like wet and reflective those look? They're stunning. And my favorite shade is this shade, Milky Way. And it's so pretty. Oh, it looks like a hollow. I think it is. And I filmed a hollow video, which I haven't posted it yet. Not a hollow. Yeah, a hollow video. And I forgot to mention it, and I was like literally laying in bed. I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot to mention that. Random thought. But my favorite launch of hers, besides the brushes and the blushes, is definitely this palette. It's so beautiful. I love the artwork. It's so fun. But the inside, the color story is so good. It's so exciting to me. I love this bright, beautiful pop of color. And the formula in here is just so nice. Like, look at that. That's a one swipe swatch on a dry base. Like, that's insane. And I've created some really fun looks with this one. I do have videos with both palettes up on my channel, but I just think this is beautiful, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. But as for the brushes, so I love the face brushes. Like, for example, this one, the F04. I don't know the numbers of these ones by heart because I don't use them a lot on my channel, but that's a favorite. I use the F02 every single day. It's the best concealer brush I've ever used. It blends out so nicely. It's literally like your finger patting out your concealer, but it gives you the fullest freaking coverage. It's so good. But you have a lot of others. This blush brush, it's the F06, is so good for those more pigmented types of blushes. It's amazing. It's also a favorite. But you also have like their dome-shaped brush, which I don't use the dome-shaped brush a lot, or the F05. It's just not my preferred shape. But if you like powder products, I think you will love the F05. And if I just like a brush that's going to cover more space. I got a big old head, you guys. You know, I need to work fast. But for me, where it's at are definitely the eye brushes. So the ones I use today are some of my favorites, not all. So we have the F02, which I use for concealer, but the E06 is one of my most used brushes, along with the E03, the E01, the F07, or the F07, you know what I mean. The E11, I love that one. And then we have the E08. I love this. This little brush is a workhorse. And two of my favorite brushes in my collection are actually the E06 and the E08. I like to use the E06 to pack on the color, and then I can use the E08 to blend out. but you can also use this one to pack as well. It's such a phenomenal brush. I really like how it's pinched here, so it really allows you to work in that crease area. Same with this one. That's why it's a favorite. And another thing I love about her brushes is they're so small and precise. Like today I used the E05 and it's so tiny and so easy to get in like those smaller areas, especially if you have hooded eyes. They're fabulous. And the E01 is one of the best shimmer brushes I've ever used. It's really good. I'm making a mess. Sorry about the noise, but it's really good for packing shades on the inner corner. You could use it for the lower lash line, but my favorite thing about this brush is the way that it's tapered and the bristles like start down here halfway. It picks up the most difficult shimmers to pick up, and it's so amazing. I've never had another brush that works as well as this one. It's a must-have. Next, let's dive into one of my favorite brands of all time. And I don't think you're going to be surprised by any of these if you've been a part of my channel for any amount of time. But let's talk about Beaute Bar. So, my first palette I picked up from them was the Basic Witch. And I fell so in love with this palette, with this formula. It is so fun, so beautiful, and has like such fun twists. But this palette made me feel so excited to try more from this brand. And even though like I don't talk about this one as much as I used to, it's because literally every time they come out with something new, I love it even more. Like, do you see the shifts on that? It's not even showing the green. But like I was saying, every time they come out with something new, I just end up loving it even more. And I can't get enough. So even though like I do have other favorites that I even prefer more than this now, this is still like a top tier favorite in my collection. And this one like just really shocked me how much I loved it, and the overall theming and stuff just got me really excited to try more from them. This color story is so fun as well. Like I said, they're a favorite for a good reason. This shade, that is a good shade. Oh, that's a pretty shade. So pretty. But just look at those shimmers. They're truly so special. Then after that, I ended up picking up this one, the Dead Roses. And I went nuts over this, you guys. If you weren't here at the time, I talked about this palette all the time for such a long time. But just because I don't talk about it as much does not mean it's not still a top favorite, because this truly is just one of the most beautiful Valentine's Day palettes I have in my collection. And it's one that makes me so happy to play with. I love it with my whole entire heart. It's so fun and exciting. The shimmers are really just... Oh, first of all, I love the color story. I love that it's like the dark side of Valentine's Day. Like that shade looks nothing like that like on my hand. That's what's so crazy. It has like right here it looks kind of purple gray, but it has like this burgundy or pinky type of shift. It's so pretty. Now this one I don't know if it's still available. I do have codes with some of these brands as well, which I'm sure I'll be popping up on the screen as we go, but Beaute Bar is one of those brands. I did buy these myself, however. This shade, As If, oh, my stomach just like... I haven't played with this one in a while. It's been a few months. And it needs to be pulled back out, because that is one of the most beautiful shades I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I love it. Oh, and Drop Dead. Drop Dead is so good too. Like, not literally, but the shade Drop Dead is so beautiful. This one makes me so happy. Oh, I love that so much. It's got like this cool toned, like... almost periwinkle with this pink gold shift. It's so pretty. It makes me so happy. There are so many good shades in here. Bite Me is so good. And the shifts in this palette, in the shimmers specifically, like you could see there, all the different shifts of them. They're what make this palette so special and so fun to create with, at least I think. But I love like special shimmers. I love multi-chromes. I love like doing a full like matte crease, like even if you just did one of these colors and then you have another like one of these multi-chromes on the lid and you turn a certain way, it just gives you that unexpected pop, and I feel like it's just so fun. This was such a good palette. I love it so much. And it's almost time. Like, we've already started seeing some holiday launches already, and I mean, we're in July, but Hourglass has already showed their stuff, so we should be starting to see some fall launches soon, and I'm excited for it. I am ready. I am ready for the Halloween palettes. I know of a few that are coming out, and you guys are gonna lose your freaking mind because I lost mine, so just prepare yourself. This one, oh my god, this is so good. The recently Deinfluenced, still to this day is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. I love it with my whole heart. It's so fun and beautiful and just so exciting. It makes me so happy. So, like all last summer, all I talked about with this was this palette. This one's so fun. I didn't pick this up during launch. I picked it up last summer and I fell so in love with it. Like I said, it's every freaking launch. Now, since then, they've launched a few things I wasn't crazy about. Pretty much it was the Valentine's Day palette this year. What is it? The Morally Gray and the neutral palette they just launched. They're both good quality, but just not my favorite because, I mean, obviously I love bright, colorful things. They just make me happy. So while those are great, they're just not my vibe personally. But however, these are, and I'm in love. I love them with my whole heart. These shades are so pretty. The shade Digital Zombie is so good. And then, oh, Depleted, like all of the shimmers. Depleted is beautiful. You have some gorgeous shifts here. This shade Depleted is so good, but so is this shade down here. That is Depleted. Fake Famous is what I was talking about first. That one is beautiful. Screenshot is such a favorite. Oh, that's such a good shade. It's like green, but it has this beautiful purple undertone. You guys are seeing the green. Let me wrap it around my hand and see if you can. You can kind of see the green. It's so weird how like certain ones show, like certain shifts show up in certain lightings. But I love it. It's such a fun palette. I love the fiery side, but then you have like that more punchy, like in your face kind of side, and I think it's gorgeous. Such a like inspiring type of color story that just makes me excited to play with it. It's, to me, I think it's perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing about it. It's just so beautiful. This shade is really pretty too, Collab. Now, I do have similar shades to this one in my collection, but I love how deep and dark it is, but I love like how it's like blue to that really bright, beautiful color. It's so reflective, so shifty, but definitely one of my top favorites from the brand personally. I feel like the Strange and Unusual was a really good hit for them too, and for good reason. I really love this one as well. I picked this up around the same time that I picked up the recently Deinfluenced, and I've loved it ever since. It's such a fun, beautiful palette, but you have this more like grungy side to it. It just goes so well with these more brighter, like vibrant types of tones. And for me, that makes it so exciting. I also love that there's a white and a black in here too. These shimmers are breathtaking. Afterlife is so good. It's like a blue, purple, green multi-chrome. You guys are seeing blue, purple. I mean, yeah, gold, purple, but I don't see that at all. I see like those blue, you can see there on my finger. That's what I see when I look at it, and it's stunning. You can really see it on the wipe there. It's more purple than anything. It's so funny how they swatch. I keep saying that, but it still surprises me. And then we have Bio Exorcist. That one's a little similar to the one I swatched in the recently Deinfluenced at first glance, but then you have that deep dark like moody blue shift to it, but it still has like that really vibrant purple color that's so pretty. I also love this shade, Lost Souls. It's like green but orange. You guys are seeing the orange, and it looks so different. But I wonder how it'll look in the pan. See, even in the pan, it looks different to you guys. So to me, it looks more of a bright green. But it has like this really bright, beautiful orange flip. You guys are seeing the flip, which is amazing. But there's so many good shades in here. Delia, that one's really beautiful. I mean, I could go on and on. I cannot literally sit here and swatch all of these, even though I really want to, just because it's so fun. But we'll be here for 10 years. But all in all, I love this color story. It's such a fun palette, and I'm glad they brought it back. That way I was able to snag it. I love these size palettes from them. They're always fun and exciting, and it makes me excited to see like what they come out with this year. But the next one and the last one from Bella Beauty Bar I want to talk about is the Green Goddess. So I've talked about this a lot lately. This is one of my newer favorites from the brand, and this one's a lot more muted and toned down, I feel like, than the other ones I've showed you. This one is giving you more like muted earthy tones, but it has like such great contrast in it. Such a beautiful, fun palette. The shimmers are beautiful. I mean, you could see them. They're stunning, and I love this one. This is like a different formula. It's a newer formula to them that they've been playing with, and I do like it a lot. But their shimmers are always just such top favorites for me personally. Like, look at that top shade. It's just so pretty. This is such a good palette. I could not recommend it more. I've created some really fun looks with it. I recently did a bingo with it as well. This one, I feel like the looks are so easy to create, and I feel like they are with the others too, but I do feel like you could create more like adventurous different types of looks with the other palettes, which is why I love these ones a lot too. It just depends on what I'm like wanting to grab, but there's a reason I love this brand so much. They just do like such amazing things, such amazing formulas, and I always have a good time. I always know I'm going to have a good time with the Bella Beauty Bar launch. They never disappoint. So the last thing I want to talk about from Bella Beauty Bar is the Green Goddess highlight. I do have other highlighters from them, and they're not bad. I do enjoy them from time to time, but I reach for this one all the time. I think it's beautiful. It has that same beautiful artwork on the front of it, and this one is just so pretty. Would make a beautiful eyeshadow as well, but that's what it looks like fully like swatch, full opacity on the hand. But you can blend it out, make it more sheer. It kind of just melts into the skin and looks so like glossy, glassy looking. And I don't know, you guys. It's so beautiful. I reach for it all the time. I've been having so much fun mixing it with the Lethal Cosmetics Dexter highlight. Those two go so well together. And it's kind of like a more green gold. And I think it's perfect, which is why I had to mention it. It's kind of funny about how yesterday I was telling you guys I filmed this already, but I was refilming it because it was over several days and I didn't want it to be like that. And now here I am the next day having to do that very thing. But things happen, and I'm excited to get into it. But if you are wondering what is on my eyes today, it is a video I just got done filming, and it's with a new palette from Question Beauty, and it's beautiful. So this video should already be up. If it's not already, it will be soon, but I'll link it down below. But the next brand I want to talk about is Dieverune Cosmetics because I love them. Do you see this highlight today? Oh, it's so pretty. So it's in the shade Moonbow. And I actually just got this today. So this is my first impression of this color. But I did have 2 previous shades from them already that I loved. But this one is beautiful. I love it with my whole entire heart. Okay, so with Dieverune, I actually missed their first launch. I think it was called Moth in the Moon. I could be wrong. And I've regretted it ever since because now you can't get it anymore. And I want it so freaking bad. But my first palette from them was the Gloomy Gardens. And look at this artwork. I've loved them from the first moment I tried them, which I've been following the owner of Dieverune for a long time, and she did not disappoint. Like, she really came through when she started this brand, and I love it. I love everything that it represents. The name Dieverune actually is a nod to her sister that passed away, but it was like her handle on, I think she said with gaming. Don't count me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So, like, she made this brand also, like, for her, which is so beautiful. But do you see this color story? It's so me. I mean, look at me today. You can tell, like, why I would love it so much. But this matte formula is so good. The shimmers in this palette are, like, they speak for themselves. They're beautiful. I've literally been so blown away from the first moment I've tried them. I just think they're so perfect. And I've had so much fun. I love this color story so much because I love, like, it has these autumn, like the autumn vibes, but then you have like these beautiful bright pops. I love like the murky tones, but the shimmers are just so beautiful and bright in contrast. I feel like it's just such a stunning palette. I think this one's still available. I'll have everything that's available listed down below. But then next I picked up this collection, and this collection she did in collaboration with Basket Case Beauty. It was their Frandoween collection, which I think is so cute. She's actually working on another collab right now that she has been sneak peeking, and you know I'm gonna snag that one up. But I love the whole theme of this. I actually did like a layout of these, and it turned out so good. But it's like the only brand I've ever done a layout for, but it's beautiful. I didn't do it for them, you know what I mean. But I love these color stories. They actually just restocked this collection, so it's available for Halloween. And let me tell you, if you've been eyeing this and you want it, grab it while you can. Like, I have Pan in that shade. I love these, but I always say this one's my favorite, and it is a favorite, but I really love the other one too. But I've really been into cool tones this year as well, and these shimmers are so sickening. Do you see that? But this, okay, this shade is called Hemlock, and it's beautiful. No, it's Cauldron, my bad. This shade, Hemlock, takes my freaking breath away. I talk about it all the time. This is a brand that makes me excited for their launches, and usually when they launch something, I do try to buy everything. So when they, the only launch I didn't pick up recently is the Spring Showers launch. And at the time, I couldn't afford to pick it up, which sucks, but it is what it is. She did, however, send me like 2 of the shimmers in one of my orders, which was really nice of her. I do try to pick up everything when I pick up their launches, like the full launch, because I love everything so much. But I love these shimmers, and it's not just the shimmers though. They have such a freaking gorgeous, fun matte formula, and you could just see like how sparkly and glossy and wet those shimmers are. They make me so excited. Now, she hasn't launched a whole ton of like actual palettes. She only has 4, and then she has the 2 palettes that are Well, I only have 4 of her palettes anyway. She had 5. And then she has the 2 that are the all shimmer palettes. But I also have the Smitten, and who doesn't love this? This is so freaking cute. And I don't even really care that much for pink, but there's something about this. These shimmers in here are so good that it's quickly became a favorite so fast. And I love like this bright pop with these like deep dark tones, and then you have this gray. Adds such a fun like twist to the palette. And then you put like one of these shimmers on the lid. This one just so happens to be one of my freaking favorites in my whole entire collection. I almost swatched the wrong shade. Her palettes are magnetic as well, if you are interested in that. But Jesus, like, oh. And I feel like the Smitten, well, all of them, honestly, they're palettes that are really easy to create looks with. The color stories, while they all have like this beautiful twist, they are still like really easy to create looks with. Even if you're someone who doesn't like look at a palette and see a bunch of things. I think the way she lays them out and everything makes it like really user friendly, and that's really cool. So then we have the Dewdrops. So I talk about this one all the time. I mean, I kind of do all of them, to be honest, but there's a reason. This palette is so beautiful. I'll just quickly show you all of the shades. I was gonna say my favorites, but I can't pick. So I have this shade in a highlight in the shade Drop, and it's one of my favorite highlights. I love it so much. I would love to see her be able to do some more bright fluorescent colors like this if she's able to, like in highlight form, but I know it depends on the pigments and stuff. That shade is so pretty too. And then we have that shade. Ugh. And some of these are like so like silky, like that one. Ugh. This is a favorite too. I would love to see this one be a highlight. It's just, it's so breathtaking. They're such fun shimmers, and this is one that lives on my desk because I like to add these, add these shimmers to the inner corner or just to the look in certain ways, and it just adds an extra layer of fun to me. I love them. They make me so happy. But I actually got this today, like I said, and I have not even touched it yet. So I figured, why not do it together? This is beautiful. Look at her. She is so stunning, and I'm so excited to have this in my hands. So I figured we could check it out together. This shade is so pretty. I'm gonna try to bring up some footage of this one, that way you guys can like really see the shimmer in that. That is so stunning. But I need to do it probably in some different lighting. Oh, and mist. That looks like a hollow. That is a hollow. That is stunning. You had me at hollow. And then you have Raindrop. It's like a pure white. That is such a good shade to have sitting on the desk, because you can use that. It's kind of giving silver, but to me it looks like pure white. It has a clear base, so you could use it as a highlight if you're very fair like myself, but that would be such a good shade if you're missing like that inner corner shade. But this shade, this one, oh my god. Oh, it's like that fluorescent, but it has purple. That's giving Mermaid. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so... And look, it's a completely different color from back here. Oh man. See, this is why I love eyeshadow. But then we have this one that's the split pan. I'm gonna try to do... Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna try to do them on their own. That is pretty. Oh, girl, we need that as a highlight. Oh, my God. That is so pretty. And then there's the blue side. Then I'm going to mix them. Oh. Oh, my God. I know I keep saying that over and over, but holy smokes, that is beautiful. I said holy smokes. Oh my goodness. Let's do it on the pinky. Why not? Here they are mixed. I'm trying not to like mix it too much in the pan because I don't want to not be able to get swatches of them separate later. That is so pretty. Now we have one more, the red one, Teardrop. Tell me that wouldn't go so well with today's look. Oh, it's so fiery. Do you see the, you can't, it drives me nuts. Like how it doesn't show. You can see it. Oh, it's so pretty. This is stunning, you guys. I am so glad I picked this up. Wow. But I knew Dewdrop 1 was too good for part 2 not to be amazing. Literally. Oh my God. Okay, like I said, I do have the highlights. So there are 4 shades. Now, the 2 are from the April Showers collection. So the only thing I'm missing from that collection are 3 of the singles. But this is the shade April Showers, and it is beautiful. It's like a beautiful, like soft green highlight, but it's more mint. But when you swatch it, like, see, it doesn't come off as full on mint. It just gives you that little hint, the hint of mint, but there it kind of looks like pink. It's a beautiful shade. Then we have Drop, which you already saw in the Dewdrops 1 palette, but I mean, can we ever swatch this one enough? It is fantastic. Oh, I've never seen anything like it. Every time I have this on my face, I get several comments asking what I'm wearing. And then obviously you can see the moon bow that I'm wearing now. But I will still show you what it looks like off of blush. And she is so stunning. Let me add a little more. That way you can kind of see it on the finger too. They look way better in person. And then we have Rainbow. And now this one I have not swatched or tried yet. But it's beautiful. And it looks to be kind of holographic. I think it might be. Oh, it's so pretty. Then I have a ton of singles. Like, let's see, 4, 8, 10. I have 12 singles from them. And they are a brand I do like to buy their singles when they launch a collection, if I can afford to, because they have my favorite singles of all time. She comes out with some of the best freaking shades, and I'll just go over like my favorites with you. First of all are the ones from the Frandoween collection. They're so good. This is the shade Necromancy, and I love her. Again, would go so good with this look today. It's so pretty. There's so many good ones though. Honestly, I could sit here and swatch them all, but I do have a singles video if you guys are interested. Then we have Alchemy. This one is a favorite too. It's like a green to purple, really pretty. Do you see that? It's so sick. I love them. They're perfect in every way. There's so many good ones. Transmutation is like such a beautiful, like beautiful blue, and you guys know I'm such a sucker for anything blue. And this one's like kind of cobalty, which I love, but it's so bright and fun. Oh, This one, Stray Cat. Stray Cat is a top favorite too. But like you can see the pan in there. I love this one. But like I said, I love them all. I think they're all fantastic. I'm just showing you like my top 4 favorites. But if you do want to see them all, you can check out my singles video. I will link it down below for you guys. But we have a lot of products to get through, so I'm trying to be mindful so that I'm not like filming again tomorrow another part of this video, you know what I mean? But all in all, I think it's obvious. I love Dieverune Cosmetics. I also really love their wet liners. I love their glitter glue and their primer paints too. They also sell the sticker sheets. They sell the little gems. Like, they have so much cool stuff. If you haven't tried them, I could not recommend them more. They're so fantastic and one of my favorite brands when I'm looking to feel inspired. Now, let's talk about Unearthly Cosmetics. So, Unearthly Cosmetics is my largest category of makeup in my collection because they are one of my top favorite brands and I own so much stuff from them that I really had to go through this and dwindle it down a lot. So I picked out like my favorite blushes, my favorite highlights, and I'm just gonna quickly show you my lip products. I'm actually wearing Mandy today. And I love it. I love that they do weird colors. That's so fun for me. And it's one of my favorite things about them is they're like their eyeshadow palettes and stuff. While they do have some that are more vibrant and colorful, they do some that are more neutral, they do some that are more muted, but they all almost always have like this murky or smoky twist, and I love them. So just quickly, I want to show you my lip products. So this is one that I have from them. So these lipsticks are from the Dreamer collection and I love them. So these are some of my favorites. They're actually from the 5-piece sorcery set and they just restocked. I love the shades of these. They're some of my most used, and especially this shade. I think it was called Morning. I'm dropping it. I think it was called Morning, and you can see like I've scraped the sides. It's so good. But I have picked up a lot of their stuff, and if you sign up for their newsletter, they have a lot of sales on their lip products. Their satin liquid lipstick is one of my favorite formulas, and I really love Gnarly is such a good shade too. It would have been really good for this look as well. But I also really love their lip oils, their matte lipstick formula. They just released some new matte lips that I have not tried yet either. But they also have the Menacing Metals lipsticks, and I do have all of them. I did pick up all of these on my own. Some of this stuff I got in PR, but I don't like the ones from, I don't think I did. The ones that like I would get the palette, but I bought the lip products myself and she would like send them to me early, but I almost always bought that stuff on my own. So but I love these. They're so cool. There's some really cool shades in their like selection as well. But last 4 lip products I have are their lip liners. So they did just release I think 4 or 5 new shades that I still need to pick up, but I love these a lot. As you can tell, these are my 2 favorite shades. We have Cafe and then Khaki. I actually have one of each opened again, and those are even lower, but I love them. I think they're beautiful. They're creamy. They blend nicely, but they don't dry down completely, but they dry down enough to where they do stay in place and keep your lipstick from smudging if you are using a product that does that, which theirs does not, but I do enjoy them quite a bit. So I'll link all of them down below if you guys are interested. But I just wanted to show you those quickly because like there's no way we could go through all of those. There's no way. I will link all of my favorite shades down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. But now let's talk about cheek products. So I have a lot more cheek products from them than this, but like I said, I didn't want to overdo it. So for the people out there that do not like a colorful highlighter, The Dreamer Highlight Trio is so good, and I actually just checked. It's still in stock. You could see mine has been used and abused, and I love this. This is so beautiful. I love their low light formula very much. It's very soft, smooth, and silky, but still gives you like such a beautiful glow. It's such a gorgeous formula. It was a part of the box that released because it was like their holiday collection, but so many people like went on and on about it. She did bring it back as a standalone product, and I could not recommend it more. But I love their low light formula even more than that, and I brought out my 4 favorite shades of those. So we have Moth to a Flame. This is a newer one from them, and it's beautiful. They have one of the best colorful highlight formulas too. There's a few brands that I really just love, and Unearthly is like one of my top favorites. It's not chunky at all. It's very, very silky and smooth. Then we have the Just a Taste. This is my only like mostly red leaning highlighter. It's so pretty, and I get a lot of use out of this one. I kind of put it on a wet hand. There we go. I get a ton of use out of that one. It just looks so beautiful on the face. Then we have my first Unearthly highlight, the Mirage. And like you can tell, I went nuts with this one. I love this highlight. It's still one of my favorites. Actually would have been really pretty today because it's got like that green but orange flip to it. It's so pretty. And then we have Xander's highlight in the shade Ooze. This was his collab. This has like a green to purple shift. It has a little bit of blue in there as well. It's so stunning. And it's one of my most used as well. I love it. Then we have blush. So I pulled out my favorites for these as well. First, we have the Paranormal Plush blush, and they have 3 shades, but I brought out Blood Moon, which is the deeper shade, and I love this. Actually would have been really pretty with today's look, but I've had all this stuff like kind of separated. But you can see like you can get a lot of pigment out of it, but you can also get a sheer amount as well. It's like a matte formula, but it's really beautiful, blends really nicely. I would love to see her do more shades, but I like mixing these 2 shades together. But my most used one is the shade Wilted Blossom. And it's just such a beautiful, like, mauve-y kind of shade. Let me put it up here. And you can see it's, like, a lot lighter, more my skin tone color. But you can build it up or sheer it out. Either way you want to take it. I do like a punchy blush, though. So that one does sheer out. Then we have the newer formula from her. These are the Incandescent Glowing Blushes. So I brought out 3 of the 5 shades, I think. We have Mystic, which is just such a beautiful shade, and this formula is so nice. It's got a little more sheen to it than the Singe Beauty ones do, but still very beautiful. It's not too like glowy or anything like that. Then we have Blaze, which, you know, I'm always up for a shade like this. So pretty. I like using these over top of cream products, mostly because I'm obsessed with creams right now. But then we have Lumen, and I love this. It's so bright and so good for summer. It's so pretty. But you can see like that sheer like glow. Sheen glow. It's beautiful. I love them. Okay, so now palettes. Now with this one, I tried to bring out some of my older favorites. They're still like top favorites, but I realize I've been talking about the same palettes from Unearthly for a while in these types of videos. So I did bring out one of my newer favorites, but these are like palettes that made me like really fall in love with the brand. So I just thought it was fitting to bring them out. So the first one I want to talk about is the newest one I have from them, and that is Murky Meadow. I love this palette with my whole entire heart. Everything about it is so beautiful. I created one of my favorite looks with it over in my video, but I did make an Instagram post, but I will show you guys in case you are interested. But it's this bright shade with these like murky neutrals. Oh, it's so perfect. It's so beautiful. When you catch me swatching mattes, I've told you guys before, you know I'm in love, but these are so good. Unearthly has one of my top favorite eyeshadow formulas as well, but their shimmers are so good. This one with this shade is so freaking breathtaking. Like when you put them together, make your own shimmer, it's so pretty. I love them so much. It makes my heart so happy. I just think this is beautiful, and she did such a good job on it. Oh, since I look like fall, why not talk about it? Fall Magic. Oh my god, you guys, the way that I love this palette so much. As you can tell, I do have pan and 2 of the shades, and I went nuts. I love these murky tones in here. I had so much fun creating looks with this. I think it's so perfect, so beautiful. Like, look at the shade Forage. Oh, it's so delicious. Honestly, you could probably get a very similar look, but I do have orange on like in this look, so not too similar. I'm over here for real swatching mattes. But look at them. Like, they're beautiful. They're so pigmented, but they're still so easy to work with. And I love this like toppery shade, Crisp. Like, this palette is years old. When did these release? Was it last year? It feels so much longer than that. But they're still so good. They make me so happy still to this day, just swatching them. This shade Change, I completely lost all train of what I was saying. I completely forgot what I was talking about, but that shade might help if my crooked arms would show you. But it's like a purple to green multi-chrome. It's so pretty. I just love this palette. One of my favorites. I love fall so much. I talked about it in today's video when I filmed this look. It's like literally my favorite season. So when I saw that other palette, I was like so excited about that color story. But this one still makes me so happy. I'm so glad to have it in my collection. I think this was a remaster, but I did not have the original. I can't even speak straight. But then we also have Sorcerous Smoke. This is like neutral with a twist, done in such a fabulous way, and I love it. This shade Prophecy. Oh, is that what it's called? Yes. It's so... That's one swipe swatch. It's so good. I love that shade so much. But I even have pan in this one as well. Like I said, I went nuts over these palettes. They still make me nuts. I cannot wait to see what she launches this year. I did buy that the palette that started as a mystery palette, but then she ended up just launching it. So I'm waiting for that to come in. I know she had some issues with the pre-order, like not shipping on time, which happens with pre-orders. But I don't like doing pre-orders, but when it's Unearthly, I'll take the chance because I just love them so much. I don't even care. Like, look at that. Oh, it's so perfect. This is such a fun palette and so perfect, not even just for fall, but like all year long. And I don't really do my looks by the seasons, obviously. We're in July and I'm straight up fall today, but I am happy and thriving. Then we have Devour, and I went nuts over this one too. And I love the artwork. I think it's so cool, but I went head over heels, fell in love with this color story because I love the greens with the wine shades so much, but these 3 shades are so freaking amazing and they're perfect. I wish, like, when I reviewed all of these palettes, I think some of them I was still doing voiceovers, and I'm pretty sure all of them actually, and I wish I wasn't at the time, because I would love to go back and watch them, but they make me cringe, so I don't. But I would love to like redo those videos if I ever could, because man, this is just so perfect. There's so many fun looks you could create with a palette like this. Like, I love mixing the green with the wines, but of course you can't make them mix. So, like, I would do this in the inner corner on top and bottom, like halfway through, and then do this shade on the outer part, and then do like this shade here on the back half of the lid, and then this on the front. Maybe even deepen up this outer corner with the black. I just love this. I love it so much. And then last but not least, from Unearthly, we have the Don't Be Jelly. I'm pretty sure I talked about this one recently in my summer video, but I still love this one with my whole entire heart as well. I didn't get to pick this up when it launched, so when it restocked, I literally ran and did not pass go because this color story is incredible, and I'm so glad that I picked it up because these shimmers are outstanding. The shimmers in this palette are beautiful. I've talked about this one until like I am blue in the face, literally, and for good reason, because it's just too perfect not to. And I love the way she lays out her palettes, even her bigger ones I've talked about before, like just following the quads. It makes it so easy. Like this one, you could do the 6 pans, or you could do the quads like this. Even like no matter how or which way you take it, it works, and it makes her palettes just so user friendly. I think they're freaking perfect. So of course I had to talk about Gourmande Girls as well, because you guys know they are one of my top favorite brands. They have so many good palettes, but in this instance, instead of bringing out some of the older favorites, I did try to bring out newer ones that were still available, because I know some of those older ones are not, like the Spooked and Haunted and Nightshade, and I didn't want to like bring FOMO, which they have brought those back quite a few times. Spooked might still be available actually, but let's get into these. So you guys know it's a toss-up. I'm kind of like stuck. Do I love Mocha Moment more than I do Peach Perfect? I don't know. I think Peach Perfect still might be my favorite. This is one of my favorite palettes in my whole entire collection because it's perfect. This color story is so fun and it makes me feel adventurous. I love the looks that I've created with it. It's just one of those palettes that just take my breath away, and I've had so much fun with it. The last look that I created with this palette, I'm pretty sure I did 3 looks with it. I was like, I don't know if this is going to turn out. And the whole time I was like, I just had this feeling that it wasn't going to turn out. And I was like regretting my decisions. But at the very last minute, the look just came together. And it happens to be one of my top favorite looks that I've ever created. And this palette just really, I love it with my whole entire heart. But it's the brand as a whole. I love their theming. I love their color stories. They always manage to do like fun color stories with a twist, which you will see in all of these palettes. And this is such a unique color story to anything I've ever seen before. And even though like it's a green and orange palette, the undertones of it are like all of the shades are so vastly different that you get so much out of this. I see so many looks when I look at this, and the shades, the shimmers are so beautiful. The shade names are beautiful as well. If you have not seen my video with this one, I do recommend. This is one of my favorite shades. It's Papa Dunk Peach. Yes. And she is beautiful. I love it. It's so fiery and just gorgeous, so breathtaking. It makes me like want to use this so bad. Fuzzball is such a favorite. It has like these like beautiful little peach iridescent shimmers in it. It's so special and unique to my collection. I can't imagine this ever not being a favorite and one of my go-tos when I want to feel like inspired. This is something I love to grab. So we already talked about Mocha Moment. So this is my newest from Gourmande Girls, and I love this palette. I went nuts over this and lost my mind. It ranked pretty high in my 6-month ranking, if you have not seen that video yet. And I think this is like one of the best neutral palettes I've ever seen. Definitely my new favorite in my collection. I think it's phenomenal. The shimmers in here are beautiful as well. I love the mattes that they chose and the shimmers. You have like 2 more special shades. These are high shine metallics, like nothing I've ever seen before in my life. They are so freaking gorgeous. I went nuts over this, and I still do. Every time I swatch it, it's just so special. Like, look at those. I've never. And then we have the Call of the Sirens. And I love this because it is like the dark side of a siren. And I have pan in one of the shades. I love like the deep dark jewel tones, but you have the twist. You have the gray that adds the twist. This brown I feel like really adds the twist along with this shade as well, and these 2 lighter shades. This was such a like beautifully curated palette, and it's truly so inspiring. And another thing about them, which I do speak about a lot when I review their palettes, they do have a very beginner-friendly formula. Their mattes are so easy to work with and blend, but they're so pigmented. They don't, like, fade or anything like that. I can say the same about all of these brands that I'm talking about. I love them, and they're truly just so special. Like, I'm over here looking at mattes. The pigmentation is real. This shade Elixir of Life is such a favorite. It's a hollow and it's beautiful. And I forgot to mention it in my hollow video, which I haven't edited yet, but that one should be coming up pretty soon. And then alongside that, she did launch the face palette, and I love this one too. I love the shades of blush that she picked. This is a really nice blush formula too, but these highlighters are so good. They're so pretty. This shade takes my breath away. It's so pretty. It kind of reminds me of a shade that is in the Lioness Heart from DD Signature that I just reviewed. It's so pretty. But then you have La Mer. And these look so beautiful on my pale skin tone. They do work on me. I was afraid they wouldn't because they do look so dark when you swatch them out. But when you use a highlighting brush, they work just fine. But I would say they are probably going to work pretty well on a deeper skin tone as well. Then we have the Bitten, and again, we have the twist. I love it. For me, the twist is the deep gray and the light gray. I've talked about it a bunch of times before when I've spoke on this palette. It's just such a favorite. This is a Valentine's Day palette done right, in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of the Smitten in a way, but I love them both. I think they're both so beautiful and so fun. And I love the fun shimmer shades that she added in here too. You have like more cooler tones. I love like that it's muted and grungy and kind of dark. It's just so special. And the shade Bitten, I love a deep shimmer, you guys. I'm such a sucker for it. The shade Hysteria, like all of the shimmers in this palette are just so beautiful, so breathtaking. There's a reason I've loved them from the very beginning. Actually, my first palette from them was the Nightshade palette, and I still really like that palette, but I love these ones even more so. These are the ones that I just felt like I really had to mention, and I do have one more, which is the Frozen Kiss, and again, you have that twist, and it's these 2 shades. This is another. She is so good at color stories. Let me just say that. So good. Like, they're so fun, and there's so many different, even though this is a 14 pan palette, there's so many looks that I feel like you could create with her palettes. I love like the this format of palette that she does as well. I do enjoy the 15 pans as well, don't get me wrong, but there's something about these long palettes that get me, like I spoke on earlier, like the Spooked and all of those. They're so good and I love them. The shimmers in this palette, these are some of her best shimmers as well. This Holochrome is like insane. She just really does such a good job. Her formulation is 10 out of 10. And again, the color stories, they get me every freaking time, which is why I am truly just so, I know we don't say the word obsessed, but I really, really mean it. I love them so much. So now, Fantasy Cosmetica. And let me just start this off by saying, do not freaking sleep on their lipsticks, because I did for a while and I ended up getting one of these in a box. I can't remember if I got it in an ice cream beauty box or if I got it at a Creators and Friends event. I'm thinking it might have been that, but it was like the shade Lost. Let me look at them. I'll know it when I see it. Yes, it was the shade Lost. And I loved it. So this is like a cream formula. And it's really, really pretty. They have some gorgeous shades. This is the shade Secret, which is such a beautiful red. But there's like so many good options for red. Let me show you the other reds. I will say the bottoms of the things make 0 sense. Like the stickers. This shade Mystery I had on the other day. And I got so many compliments. It's so pretty. I love how like deep it is. It's so stunning. This is such a nice formula. This is the shade Obscure. And then we have the shade Hidden, which is more of a nude. That's so pretty. That's this shade. Absolutely stunning. But they have some fun colors too, which I love. This is a favorite. It's called Unearthed. Like, look at that. I love these so much. The bottom of the like packaging is blue, but it's not blue. Obviously, it's green, but that's the shade Forgotten. And then we have Buried, which is a gorgeous brown shade. And I think everyone looks wonderful in a more brown. And that's kind of bumpy because it was on my wrist. But then we have Overgrown, and this is the blue shade. I'm wondering if those stickers are mixed up. I put that on a wet spot, but again, I love the funky colors. There, you can see it without it being on a wet spot, but they're so cool and I love this formula. It's so beautiful and I could not recommend it more. So if you have not checked them out, you totally should if you're interested in the shades. But if you have, let us know your thoughts on them down below, even if they differ from mine. 2 opinions or however many is better than 1. So every part of me wanted to bring in like the Wizard palette, the Harvest of Souls, because those are ones I talk about all the time. But I thought, like in some of the other brands, I wanted to share some of my other favorites with you guys. And the first one is the Rogue palette, and I love the artwork on all of these so much, but this color story is freaking fantastic and so fun to play with. It's giving winter to me and I love it. The shimmers in here are beautiful. I literally love everything this brand does. And my first palette I bought from them was actually the Wizard palette, and I went nuts over that one. And if you've been here since then, you know, like, I literally lost it over that one. I love that color story so much, which is why I do talk about it quite a bit, but there's a good reason. And same with this one. It's a favorite. I love the matte color story as well as the shimmers. The combination of the two I think are just so good together. Like, if you look at them swatched out like this, I just think they're so fun. Such fun combos. And then we have the Druid palette. Isn't this everyone's favorite? I think so. But this is giving fall vibes and I love it so much. I think it's beautiful. I love the shimmers in here, but my favorite thing about this palette is the mattes, especially, although the shimmers speak for themselves. They are breathtaking. This one, Transformation, is such a fun shade, but I love this one. And with the mattes, you could create some really fun combinations. And a lot of these palettes go so good together. I do enjoy mixing and matching them just as much as I do using them alone. And I feel like Fantasy Cosmetica comes out with some of the best 9 pans on the market. And I mean, that's my personal opinion, but when I want a 9 pan, this is the brand I do reach for the most. And then the Fighter palette. I love this one. This one snuck up on me because I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did, but I love like this murky yellow with the grays and this brown, and I love the shimmers so much. They're so pretty. And when you pair it with the correct, like, not the correct, but when you pair it with like contrasting mattes, it's so stunning. And I like doing looks like that, but you could also do like monochromatic vibes if that's what you're into. It's just not my vibe personally, but you could do either way, and that's what I love about them. Their 9 pans aren't like always monochromatic, and even though I feel like they're smaller palettes, you can get multiple different looks out of them, which is why I enjoy them. To me, they're fun, exciting, and I feel inspired by them. And you guys already know I've talked about these to death. I had to bring them in this video. But we have the Monk palette. This one they released around Valentine's Day, and I love that. But I love this color story. Now this one, I'm not saying you're going to get a ton of different looks out of, because it is giving those monochromatic vibes. But I love this palette so freaking much. I love the undertones of the matte shades. That's probably my favorite thing about it. I think it's so beautiful, but the shimmers are so freaking pretty. I love them. I don't know why I said it in that deep voice, but I do. I love them so much. And I love that this goes from really light to really dark. They're just so pretty. And you can see like little speckles of blue throughout this shade because it's that center shade in the palette. It's just so pretty. They did such a good job on this. And then we have the Ranger palette. I call this the tomato palette because of the perfume that launched alongside of it, which is tomato leaves, or that's one of the like notes in the perfume. And this is giving tomato like right on the vine. And I love this. It's kind of neutral, but it's kind of not neutral with a twist when you add in these two greens. But it goes from really light to super dark. It's everything that I need it to be. I love the looks that I created with it. This deep dark shimmer makes me so happy. It's just so pretty, you guys. Fantasy Cosmetica is where it's at, and they are a brand that I'm excited to see. Like all of these brands, I am like so hyped for whatever they're about to launch for fall and Halloween. I am prepared. I do know what one of them is going to launch, and you're not prepared. Trust me, I lost my mind, but you will see soon, and it's beautiful, but so are these, and I'm so excited. I just love looking at them. They make me so freaking happy. Like, look at that. How does that not make your whole day? If I'm up here and melting in this high humidity, heated attic, and I'm still smiling, you know, they did something right, because this is a 10 out of 10, and I've literally loved them from the very beginning. And honestly, there's not a single launch that I've picked up from them, and I have bought them all. I even went back, and Amanda gifted me all of their older stuff for Christmas this past year, and there's not a single thing that I've tried from them that I don't like, that isn't good quality. And I love most of it as it is, but even their singles, I love those as well. I did pick up the Lost Library set, and I got the hollows from the Cradled in Ice collection as well. I love those too. So when it comes to Arttitude Cosmetics, I didn't just fall in love with them from the first palette. I fell in love with them from the first literal swatch, and it was from the Metamorph palette. My goodness, this is so good. And I've heard other people kind of give it mixed reviews because the color story, but I love this so much. This color story is truly fantastic. Now, like, at first launch, there was a dud in the palette and we had to switch it out, which honestly was easy to do. I didn't mind personally, but I don't think they're like that now. But this color story is so fun and just has that twist that you guys hear me talk about all the time. And these shimmers are so good. The looks that I created with this are so fun and I love them. Like, when you look at this palette, don't you just want to put these three on the lid together like so bad? I'm pretty sure I did. And then you have like these two that tie this shimmer, like ties them together because it has like this base with this color reflect, and it's so pretty. Like, I cannot even stand how good this is. I lost my freaking mind over this palette, and I still do every time I look at it. I feel like my eyes are so big right now. Like someone just put like a whole steak dinner in front of me, and I haven't eaten today, and it's 9 o'clock, so that's high praise. The shimmers, you guys, they're so good. I love this brand so much, and like literally fell in love from the very first palette, from the very first eye look, the very first swatch, and I just kept coming back. I did buy this highlighter along with that palette. This is in the shade Flotation. Now, I do have another shade from them as well. I'll link it down below too. It's not bad. I like it, but it's not as smooth as this shade. When I wear Flotation, I get so many compliments. Now, when I look at this, it's like blue to purple. It kind of reminds me of the Friday the 13th highlight from Glamlight, although this one is smoother and I love it so much. I did pick up their new palette. I have reviewed it if you guys haven't seen. I did not pick up the new highlights though. I wasn't able to, but I would love to in the future. But I do love that shade Flotation quite a bit. It's the one I use the most. So I have several other palettes from them. The one that I did not bring out is Maneater. I do like that one, but I love these ones more. So I also have the Abscission palette. I'm excited to pull this one out for fall. Like, this is sickening. Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. These shimmers, you guys. This shade. I was just talking about a shade like this to someone about how much I love them. They're so pretty. They're so bright. That's one swatch. The shift on that is insane. Do you see it? This is like the ultimate fall palette, and I love it. Like, it's so dark and moody and mysterious, and that's my vibe. I love it so much. It's one of my like go-to types of things, like types of color stories for fall. This is a newer palette to me that I picked up last fall, and I'm excited to get some good use out of it this year. We're definitely gonna have to do some like multiple palette, multiple looks types of videos for fall looks, because those are my favorite and we have to do it. We just have to. Then we have the Ink and Roses. Mine had a little accident at the airport, but I love this. This is like such a beautiful take on like romance. You know what I mean? This was their Valentine's Day palette, and I love the twist. That's the thing I love about Arttitude too, is they always have a really awesome twist with their palettes, and they make me so excited. I've created some really fun looks with this palette on and off camera. It's so fun. Love this shade in here, like this in the inner corner, or you could do like these two in the outer corner with one of those like mauve shades on the inner corner, and then do like this all over the lid. So pretty. I love this one so much. And then, you know, I had to bring out the Urban and Vintage Neutrals. So here we have the Vintage Neutrals. It can be called a summer palette, but it's also very fall, and I love her. I love her very, very much. I love like this beautiful peach shade. It's kind of like the Peach Perfect from Gourmande Girls, but it has like a lot of different other colors in it as well, but it has like a hint of that palette in here, and I love it so much. It's just, it has such a fun color story, and I always have so much fun creating looks with it. Like, do you see that shimmer? The shade Antique is so pretty too. These are just some of the most fun palettes in my collection, and I get lost with them. There's so many different looks that you could create. Like I said, you could get some really cool summer looks out of here, but I feel like this is fall all day most of the time, and I love the artwork on this one too, but I really love the Urban Neutrals as well. Like, she is beautiful. Both of them are, honestly. And the shimmers, the color story, I've used this one a lot. I have Pan in this shade. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette. It is called City, and it's beautiful. It's so bright, but it's also hollow. It's like orangish pink, but with a gray base, and it's just, it's so pretty. I don't know, like, how well that hollow reflect will show up on camera, but she is breathtaking, and I can't imagine Arttitude not being one of my favorite brands. I just love them so much. Now, the last palette wasn't my favorite. It's great quality and everything, but I feel like it wasn't, it's more toned down, and I feel like maybe more easy to, I don't know how to put it. I feel like for some people it might be more easy for them to create looks with it because it's like lacking that twist, but for me it's a bit too muted, and it's missing the twist that makes it exciting and adventurous for me. So it's really the only palette they've done that I'm just kind of like about. It's beautiful quality, like I said. It's just not my favorite color story personally. We have 2 brands left, so let's talk about Cosmic Beauty. Why not? And I have to talk about specifically one of their blushes. They have a lot of pretty blushes, and they're actually on sale right now for $9, and they're called Blush Butters, but I love this one. It's in the shade Nutmeg. Honestly, it kind of looks like Lavish, which is what I have on today from Glaminatrix. This one's a little deeper though, but I love this formula a lot. They have a lot of really cool like shades. Another one I wanted to talk about actually is this shade. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's still available too. I just looked it up the other day. But this was a part of their mystery box, the Sinister mystery box. But it's like true purple, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Such a good formula. I could not recommend it more. And they're $9. Like, that's freaking insane. So I had to mention them. And then of course we have the palettes. Like, I could literally bring out every palette from them because they're all fantastic. But I do have my favorites, and you guys already know I'm going to talk about the Muse because this is like the fairy garden that I want in my life. I wish I could live in this color story. It is so beautiful, so whimsical, yet murky, and just fun. It's giving fall, but spring, and it's beautiful. I love it. I do think they have upped their shimmer quality, but this is a really good quality as well. And I've had this one for quite a few years. It still performs perfectly. I actually got this one when they first launched it, so it could have been 2022, 2023. I don't exactly remember, but I've created some really fun looks with this palette. I have done a video talking about like fun color combos to create where I did a look with this palette. If you guys need some inspiration for it, I'll link it down below if you're interested, but 10 out of 10. Then we have the Serenity. This is like, this and the Muse are still my favorite, I think. The color stories are just so iconic, and everyone went nuts over these palettes. I did buy their new launch as well. The Smolder palette, I'm waiting for it to ship, but there's a reason why this brand sells out like really quickly, and it's because they're fantastic. Like I said, this is an older palette in my collection, yet it still performs really well. It's not even been that long since I've used this one, because this is another one of those palettes, this and the Muse, that just make me feel so inspired and excited, and I love it. It's like such a fun color story, but it has a twist. I love the deeper shades mixed with the brighter tones, and then you also have the pastels, this periwinkle. It's perfect. Now this palette I really love, but if I'm being honest, there are things about it I don't like. So we're talking about the Undergrowth, and love the packaging, love the theming as well, and the color story is freaking beautiful. Formula is beautiful. The thing about it that I didn't like is I felt like there's too many golds, and even though they're all different, on the eye I felt like it kind of gave off similar vibes. Like the looks all still kind of looked a little too similar to me. And I need to play with it again and see if I still feel that way. Because sometimes you could just be in a funk, but you see what I mean? Like, even though you could create a completely different crease, I just felt like the shades just all look so similar that it made the palette not as fun. But I'm so in love with the matte color story of this, the murky tones. I think it's so beautiful. Love these bright shades as well. The shimmers are beautiful. I just like to pull in other things along with it. That way I can really, you know, make it as exciting as I need it to be personally. Like the Muse palette, for example, goes so well with it, but so does this palette. The Nudetrals, I went nuts over this palette as well. She is beautiful. Like, this is almost monochromatic, but not, and it's, dare I say, done in the best way. The shimmers in here, the shade Desire, and then we have Radiance, Glitz. Oh man, they're so good. It's been a while since I've played with this, but it needs to happen soon. Look at them. It's so good. The looks that I've done with this is they're so good as well. This is just such a fun palette. I also really love the mattes, the mix of like some warm, cool tones, but I just think it's beautiful. Such a exciting color story. I also love that it goes from really light to really dark. That's my favorite thing. You guys know I love a smoky look. They make me so happy. And look at that shade. Last one from Cosmic Brushes, and it's the Lovers palette. This is beautiful. This was their take on Valentine's Day, and I think they did such a fantastic job. The color story is beautiful. It's really easy to work with as well. Personally, I would have preferred if they would have jumbled it up, but I know most of the world does not agree with that at all, so I get it, but I do like mine jumbled up a little more so it's not as like laid straight out like that. It just makes my mind be a little more creative, but I do think this color story is fantastic and the shimmers are out of this world. But I had a lot of fun creating looks with this. I really liked mixing and matching the sides as well, and you guys know one of my favorite types of looks to do are greens and purples together, and like this combo situation was so good. I loved it so much. If you haven't seen that video, you should totally check it out. And again, it always goes from really light to really dark, which is another thing I really love about them. And you even got some neutrals in case you want to do a full-on neutral. Sometimes I do like a more neutral crease with a pop of color. Like imagine these two throughout the crease, maybe even deepen up with this purpley tone. That way you could put this all over the lid, maybe even a little bit of this in the very inner corner as like your brightening shade. That would be so pretty and such a stunning look. Last brand, you guys, and if you guessed Adept Cosmetics, you guessed it right. And the first thing I want to talk about is the Amy Loves blush, well, face palette. I love this so much. I love the blushes, but the highlighters are so good. I love them. I use them all the time. It's just such a good formula. I have another face palette from them. Well, actually 2 that I really like. One of them I actually wore yesterday. It was this one, which is beautiful. I love this so much. I really love these 2 shades. But I also have this one, which is great, the Duality. It's more of a blush with some shimmery toppers. Love that as well. But the highlights in the Amy Loves palette are chef's kiss. I love them with my whole heart. So I had to mention this one. But a lot of you guys already know what my favorite Adept palettes are. And honestly, the only thing that I brought out different this time is this one, the Sumerian Sunset, because I don't talk about this one nearly enough. The only thing about this that does not make this an absolute favorite is I'm missing a deep shimmer, a deep matte out of this. But I mean, I could easily just bring something else in, but these shimmers are insane and I love them. This was my second Adept palette and it did not disappoint. That shade, it's called Packled. I actually have pan in that palette as well, but it's so beautiful. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick it up. And then you also have hollows in here. And this was my first time trying an Adept hollow, and I lost my freaking mind over it. It's so good. I don't know if they still do this one, like if they still sell this one or not. I hope so, because it's such a good one. I actually ordered that palette too, and it should be here any day. It was actually supposed to have been here yesterday, but it is running late. Mail has been crazy right now. Obsidian order. But I love this palette because, for one, look at that. That's actually really similar, I feel like, to the shimmer I have on my lid today. One of them anyway, from this palette. This shade. Very similar, but that's awesome. But I love this because it's giving those fall vibes as well. The mattes in here are really beautiful. I just really wish there was a deeper shade. But I feel like the undertones of these shades specifically are very, very special. But the mattes paired with these shimmers are just chef's kiss. So good. And like, look at them. Can you imagine like any of these mattes in the crease with just one of these on the lid? Like even this green throughout the crease and that like bright orange on the lid, that would be pretty. I just love it, and there's no way. I have to mention it more often because it's too perfect not to. Then we have my other 4 favorites, which I've talked about to death, so we'll go over it quickly. So the first one is the Amy Loves palette. I love this. I think it's a cool tone dream. I love the color story. The shimmers are so good, and I can't get enough of it, honestly. I have pan in this one as well. You notice I do get pan in a lot of my Adept palettes. 1, it could be because I use them a lot, and 2, it could be because I swatch them a lot, or maybe even a little bit of both. But I love them. They're so good. These shimmers just make me so happy, especially that one. That's what the Gourmande Girls shimmers remind me of in the Mocha Moment palette, and that shade Elixir of Life in the Frozen Kiss. That's the vibes I get. And there's one in the Call of Sirens as well. It's so pretty, but I love this color story. I think they did such a good job. I do think they have improved their mattes since this palette, but I didn't find them unworkable or anything. I still had a blast with it. I was able to create beautiful looks. They wore well on the eye. I love them. I think they're beautiful, but I do think their mattes are a bit more pigmented now. And I love them, but yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know if you pick this up. Is it one of your favorites? But it definitely is one of my top favorite cool tone palettes in my collection, personally. And quickly, I'm not going to swatch anything in this palette because it's no longer available. And so many people in my comments want it, and I know how much that sucks. And I don't want to keep doing that to you guys. So just quickly, the Cyborg Choir. This is one of my favorites because it is jam-packed, full of hollows and multi-chromes. And if you guys know anything about me, you know that I love them so much. So, I mean, obviously, I love this. And I love the mattes in this one as well. Like the bright yellow, the black, and then you have these other really cool shades. And I also think the colors pair really well with the shimmers too. I really hope they bring this back. I really don't understand why they discontinued it, unless it was like on the site for a while or something. I'm not really sure, because I didn't start trying Adept until last year, I want to say. It could be 2 years now, but I think it's so good. I wish they would bring it back. And then I have the Emo palette. This one I did get in PR, and I love it. I love it so much. You guys know, I went nuts. I told you I love like the purple and green vibe along with the mauve and the green. It's like neutral kind of, but there are like pops of color as well. You have some really special shimmers in here, which MC1 is still my favorite. I really like Coal Dust too. Another hollow. Like, I always swatch the same ones because they get me every time. I just think they're so beautiful. I just love them with my whole entire heart. And my first palette from Adept was actually the Heather Austin palette. And I love that palette till this day. Mine's a mess. Hold on, I'll show it to you. And this also is still one of my favorite palettes from Adept too. I do have Pan in 2 of the shades, and I love this. I think she did such a good job on this color story. It's so fun, and I love the mattes as well. This is a fun fall palette for me too. This shade Smith is one of my favorites of all time. The shifts on this is crazy. It's so crazy. I lost my mind over this palette. This was my first Adept palette, like I said, and there's something to be said about Adept Cosmetics, which is why they have had me from hello. Like, I'm trying not to use that phrase throughout this whole video, but honestly, could not be more true. Oh, and the shade Passport. And I met her twice, actually, on a Creators and Friends trip, and we went to Greece together and had so much fun. I loved getting to know her. She is such a sweet person, but her collab was awesome. I actually have both of her collabs. I have her Unearthly collab as well, which I did love, but I was allergic to some of the, like the pink shade and the red shade in the palette. I think it was pink and red, but I couldn't use like half of it, so that's why I don't talk about it a lot. But I have very sensitive eyes, and I've never had that issue again with an Unearthly palette, and it kind of makes me want to use it again, because since then I've been put on like a whole crazy regimen of allergy meds, and I've also found out like I'm allergic to a ton of stuff, and I wonder if maybe I was just having a flare-up at the time. Should I try it again and see? Maybe I wasn't allergic to it. Maybe it was a flare-up, but that's all besides the point. Then the Minka palette. I love this one too, and it kind of reminds me of emo in a way, but not. And I just love this bright pop, both of them. I think it's beautiful because this one is a bit more muted and toned down, but in the best way. And then you have Linda here, who is so beautiful and such a pretty hollow. It's so good. I went nuts. I got this one in PR as well. And saying I got PR from Adept is like, I feel like I made it. You know what I mean? I'm being goofy, but seriously, I kind of do. All jokes aside. But yeah. Oh my goodness. These shimmers are so good. They're just so good. I love them. But like I said, I do feel like the vibes, I don't know. Let's look. Let's compare. I think it's where they're both kind of muted and there's like neutral pops. You see what I mean? But they are different as well. But I love them both with my whole entire heart. But let me know, like, which brands for you guys are those brands that just had you from hello? What brands are the ones that just, it's like one hit after the next and you just cannot get enough? I can't wait to hear what you guys say, because maybe I'm missing out on something. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out and it means so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I really hope you will. And until next time, bye.